This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago. Welcome to Chicago.
This is Chicago. Doors open on the left at Chicago.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to Chicago. Whoa, this thing is looping. This thing got excited here. No looping. It's funny because the name is called The Loop. Coming from the 606 Media Studios, this is the TCSF podcast with Big Z featuring Stevie-B from the No Water Weekend. We got JC Fantasy Football, Dynasty Fantasy Football, and we got No Sweat Serg. What's up, gentlemen? How are you guys?
It's good to be back.
Yeah,
it's good to be back.
Good to be back. That's right. Episode 179 is brought to you by 606 Media, true Chicago sports fans, and Grit Clothing Company. Don't forget to get your official TCSF podcast t-shirt. Search for keyword True Chicago and use our promo code TrueFan15 for your entire order. That's TrueFan15. Get your official TCSF shirts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, and then if you're hearing this on the audio version through Spotify, iTunes, thank you for listening. Go ahead and give us a review and 5 stars. Subscribe on YouTube. And
only 5 stars.
Yeah, only 5 stars. And Steven, what are you supposed to do with that subscribe button?
Smash that button.
That's right. That's right. All of our socials are on the screen, so we don't have to introduce those over and over. And don't forget, you can support the show with a monthly subscription at anchor.fm/True Chicago Sports Fans, and go over there and click on the support button, and you can subscribe for as little as 99 cents a month. Gentlemen, in this
no inflation on that one.
No inflation. No inflation. All that money is going straight into Stevie B's lap dance fund. In this live episode, the Bears get defensive with a new coach. The Bulls may move a player to the Motor City. The Cubs sign a big bullpen arm, but no belly yet. The White Sox finally show their face will show their face at Sox Fest next year and have a new voice in the booth. All that and stirring the pot. Serg has got some. He got his simmering. He's over there stirring and simmering, and he's got that. So this is The Loop, and it's our Chicago Sports Roundup where we keep you in the loop. The Bears have made news by hiring Eric Washington as their defensive coordinator. The team announced this past Saturday, or right after we finished our show, right? Washington fills a vacancy that was created by Allen Williams. And if you don't know what happened to Allen Williams, go ahead and Google that because we're not going to cover that disgusting stuff. Who resignated ahead of week 2 last season. Bears Matt Eberflus took the defensive play calling duties afterwards and is expected to continue to call the plays of Chicago's defense in 2024. JC, who is this man and how does he make us better?
Sorry, are we talking about the new quarterback coach or?
Well, you can get out to that afterwards, but Eric Washington first.
Eric Washington, you know what? I don't know much about him, to be honest with you. Hoping, he comes from, where is he from again?
Bills.
Buffalo.
Yep, he was with the Bills.
Yeah. Bills.
So to me, that basically tells me, hey, like we're going to bring in hopefully a bunch of defensive ends and we're going to start running a rotation just like the Buffalo Bills do where, you're subbing guys in out quite a bit and, making sure you have fresh legs, rushing. But, where Eberflus was not much of a rusher, I guess we'll see what happens because, the Bills were a little bit more of a rush present team. So, we'll see.
Yeah, he's got
a new philosophy of,
Yeah, he's got
going after the guy.
He's got 15 years of NFL coaching experience, beginning with the Bears as a defensive assistant in 2008 and 2009, a line coach in 2010 for the Bears. He spent the past 4 seasons with the Bills as a defensive line coach, also serving as a senior defensive assistant and assistant head coach. So he's got the experience, and he's already familiar with the building. Obviously, this is a new regime, but he understands the defense. And I really think that, just like JC said, that we're looking to pressure the quarterback more, and we'll probably get help through free agency and the draft with more defensive ends. And like JC said, we're gonna have like a turnstile of defensive ends and linebackers that are come in and out fresh and pressure the defense. Serg, what do you think?
I was just about to state what you stated when he I think he was a part of the 2008 with Lovie Smith. He's actually, he seems okay, on paper, but they all seem okay on paper. But when they come over, that's where we're going to see the real, meat and potatoes, right? We want to see him rush the quarterback. We want to see him add that pressure. So if he's able to add that pressure and we don't allow, and I'm only going to speak about the quarterbacks that are in our current division because those are the ones we struggle the most with. With Love, if we can pressure Love with his schemes, that would be beautiful because I can see him just bunching at the line. As they didn't do so great this weekend, right? Getting to Mahomes. Was it Mahomes? Am I wrong?
You had the Ravens play Mahomes.
Right. Who did the Bills play last weekend? It was Love.
The Ravens.
No. It was Bills versus Chiefs.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chiefs. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm right. Okay, I was like,
because Josh Allen cannot get past the Chiefs.
Yeah, that was the snow game.
So I'm not confident. I'm not confident because we couldn't get to Mahomes. So what makes you think we're going to get to Love with his scheme? That's where I'm scared because if you weren't successful there as many times as they have failed, and this is my PG 13 version of this, but that's garbage. I apologize, and if somebody takes that offensively, you couldn't get to Mahomes. Why are we bringing you here? I know Love is no Mahomes, but Love did make it to the playoffs. Love does have, I hate to say it, Love did look better, on the field than we did. So Green Bay got us, got the best of us. Are we going to bring in somebody that's actually going to put a defense out there with the rotations, the pressure, all these great things that he's supposed to be doing, but he didn't do it last weekend? So the meat and potatoes are going to come, full force in August, right? It's August, September, but I don't care for that.
Stevie-B, you got some vegetables to add to this plate.
Man, I'm gonna make this a nice, delicious stew. I'm gonna stick with the positives on this one, gentlemen.
There we go.
I know we want to go negatives, but that's
so
the
sorry.
AFC, and the AFC is dominant. This is the NFC. I could go negative and say, Serge, you're right. We got Luke Getsy from the Packers, and that did not turn out so well. But hey, I want to say that, if we're going to go positive, the Bills have always gone to the playoffs the last couple of years. I would like to start to go to the playoffs first and then see what happens. Baby steps. I want to be able to crawl. I'm still a young little bear. I'm a cub. I'm slowly walking here. So, I'm excited. But the thing that I'm confused about is the fact that it's like if Luke Getsy's going to be calling the plays, what's he there for then? To give insight, maybe to say, hey, this is what I see. This is what I believe in. But yeah, I honestly, I don't know much about that, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy about it.
He's there to hold
positive here.
He's there no water on the weekend, but he's there to hold somebody's water.
He's getting paid pretty good to hold some water. I'll definitely do that.
So what he's really there to do is basically run all the the film sessions, run all the play installs, everything like that. He'll basically do everything up until game day, when it comes to everything in the facility. And then, like I said, Eberflus will take over on game day. And Eberflus, like I said, he's too busy a man. He's got to be in the offensive room. He's got to be in the special teams room. He's got to be talking to the GM. So you still need someone in the building running the day-to-day, stuff. And that's what I see him doing is, basically being the day-to-day guy with the players. And then Eberflus will just come in and call the plays on the weekend. So, like I said, it's one of those where, we'll have to see. I don't want to make any assumptions. I don't want to make any whatever. The Bills defense, their pass rushers were aging there for a while. Von Miller is a shell of himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's one of those where, I know Serge said, the Bills defense has kind of been, lackluster. past year or two. And again, the Bills defense is aging where,
That's
right now the Bears have a potential of a young, very opportunistic defense. So, we'll see where it goes.
You know what? That's a fair point, man. I just want to see numbers. I want to see production. I want to see.
Yeah, and that's where we're at. We have Sweat, who's great. We had Ngakoue, which I really don't think we'll re-sign Ngakoue for
Nope.
$10 million a year.
Nope.
We'll look somewhere else. Brian Burns, 25-year-old out of Carolina. We'll look at Daniel Hunter. He's 29 years old. One of the top guys, top 2 defensive ends in free agency. A little older at 29, but again, top 2 guy in free agency, so he's going to get paid. Other than that, I mean, you got 5 guys in the first round for defensive end. None really that have a grade in the top 10. So it's one of those at 9, unless you trade back to, 12, 13, 15 range. That would make sense. And then you're gaining more picks. So perfect opportunity there as well.
Amazing. JC, we also did hire a quarterbacks coach. We hired Kerry Joseph. What do you know about Kerry?
I don't know much, but I know he worked with Shane Waldron in Seattle. So this is a Waldron. This is my guy, bringing him along with him.
Right.
Hopefully that brings some continuity, for him. Hey, I've worked with this guy in the past. He's great. And this is my guy. So if Waldron's speaking up for him, and, we kind of talked about last week, what are we going to do? How are we going to handle this?
Uh-huh.
And I kind of said almost, 2 heads are better than one. So you got Eberflus running the defense, and then you kind of let Shane Waldron have, his go at the offense and let him pick his offensive staff. And that's kind of what it's looking like the Bears are allowing him to do, is to put together his own offensive staff. And basically, like, we're either going to go, be successful, or, we're going to struggle. So, but, like I said, with everything I've seen, I'm looking at more success than struggle. So,
yeah, this seems like to be a continuity, kind of like someone that can be able to run my system, my offense, and I feel comfortable and I trust that person. That's
correct.
That looks like what this is. I mean, Joseph is 50 years old. He spent 4 years with Seattle recently. He nearly played 20 years of football between the NFL and the CFL and NFL Europe and World League. He was a safety. So, I mean, sometimes when you flip to the other side of the ball, you see more than others who have been playing that side of the ball most of their career. And again, I think this is a continuity thing. But the main question here is these 2 hires. We still don't know what direction the Bears are going to go into. Right? Is it going to be Caleb? Is it going to be Justin? And it makes a huge difference, because if they're not trading Justin, then what are they doing?
When you say Seattle, do you mean like Seattle Seahawks?
Correct.
So we saw Geno kind of
Comeback
not
player.
become a shell. He came out of his shell, right? Because in with the Jets, he was a shell of himself.
Well, he was getting shelled every single play. That's why.
Yeah, but he was awful. I mean, and his O-line didn't help him either.
Yeah.
That doesn't do any justice. But he came over here and he still started off kind of awful. But then, whatever, I'll give him credit. And this is my pros, right? Because you know me, I like dipping in on these guys. But I'm gonna give him his flowers, because Geno actually looked decent out there, and Seattle didn't do good unless he was out there, right? Because they had. I forgot who their backup was, but he was from Denver, from the Broncos. I remember their ex-quarterback that was out here, and he's over there. And he didn't do that great either. But Geno turned out okay. So whoever they bring over here, Williams or they continue with Fields, they should thrive under him somewhat if he did that great work with Geno Smith.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I know after Geno was he got hurt one game, whoever the quarterback was behind him, he won a game. So he was actually, coached well and put the ball where it needed to go and won the team a game. So, I don't know. I can't say much about the Bears right now. I'm, really trying to not think about them as much because they sell losing products to us all the time. So I don't know. I mean, Caleb or Justin Fields. I mean, a lot of people are complaining or asking questions like, "Oh, we're keeping Justin because all the marketing stuff is all Justin," or we're not going to go and get Caleb and stuff like that. So, I mean, a lot of up in the air.
I mean,
for
there's no reason to tip your
it's
hand.
marketing. It's not. They need to post stuff. They need to be relevant.
I was going to say the marketing team is
Right.
someone who's been brought in and most likely is an intern, so they don't know what the heck is going on. So
Nope.
they're just
exactly.
They're just kind of going about doing their thing, but
I'll do it. I mean, I'm a good marketing stuff, and I that's my resume and stuff like that. So if the Bears are listening, I'll take 10. Part time on the weekends. So
yeah,
but
yeah. Me and my friend group, we've been discussing, like watching these championship games, and basically everyone was in agreement of like, we need to take Caleb. Like you just watch Pat Mahomes and you're watching Josh Allen. I mean, even Jared Goff, playing out of his mind, playing extremely well. Brock Purdy, I was texting my guys yesterday and was like, he is sailing so many balls. Like, he had an experimental Tommy John surgery that got him back on the field faster than a normal Tommy John surgery. And it's one of those where it's like, dude, is a full season, like is his elbow holding up? Because you're starting to see like he's sailing balls. He's starting to miss on some of his, passes and opportunities. So that was kind of one of my things I text my guys is his elbow may be, hurting more than he's letting on, but good on him.
What's up?
Maybe.
Well, they got Sam Darnold, so they got somebody to fall back on if need be. But, to me, Mr. Irrelevant versus the Mr. Relevant, Pat Mahomes for the Super Bowl. So Brock Purdy is one of my dynasty quarterbacks, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of rooting for the San Francisco 49ers.
And you know what, you're right, because there was one that he threw up there, and I thought it was going to get picked, but his wide receiver did such a freaking fantastic job at just going up there and just like snatching it. And old dude was holding, I forgot who it was, snatched the ball back in. And we're like, he really caught that?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like hanging it up there. It felt like an alley-oop almost, just hey.
Yeah, and then former Bears Kendall Vildor took one to the face, and Brandon Ayuk basically snatched off his
there's that
mask.
Yep.
Yep.
There's that
so
one too.
that was another one. But again, like you're watching him, and like I said, it's 3 or 4 different balls like get sailed, and you're just like, I don't know, man. Like, full season with short rest and elbow surgery, it might be taking its toll, and he might be worse off than he's letting on. So we'll see. I think it'll be a very interesting Super Bowl. You got C-Mac, Ayuk, Debo Samuel, and then you turn around and look at Kansas City. There's no names on that team other than Kelsey.
Yeah.
But they're crushing right now. So I think it'll be a very interesting Super Bowl.
Yeah, you're right. That game was pretty good yesterday.
Or should we call it Super Colander? Or I don't want us to be sued.
The Tay Bowl.
Oh God!
I mean, look, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Look, everybody was like, "Oh, the last 4 years, the Super Bowl logo has determined who the team is going to be in the Super Bowl." And this year, everyone caught on to it and is like, "All right, well, we know who's going to be in there. It's going to be the Ravens and it's going to be the 49ers." And the Ravens pissed down their leg, and I just think it just had to do with Tay jumping on and bringing the NFL over $330 million this season.
I don't think it's that. I think it's that the Ravens have nobody on the team other than Zay Jones. You go look at their offense. Mark Andrews.
Odell Beckham was gone. He only had like what, 1 catch, 2 catches?
No, he had a handful. He had a handful.
He had 3 catches for like 26 yards, and my buddy,
God, that's like an MVP thing right there.
But they were crucial. Go ahead.
One of my buddies text about, OBJ is gonna, come out and ball out, and I'm like, listen, as an OBJ owner in fantasy football dynasty, OBJ is washed, rinsed, dried, and in the cabinet. He is a shell of himself.
That's a good one.
Which, unfortunately, after 2-3 ACLs, it is what it is. He's up there in age. I think he's 29, 30 years old now. And, like I said, with multiple ACLs, it sucks the life out of you. You're not as mobile. You're not as fast. You're not as nimble in and out of your cuts. Like I said, can he be productive on a team as a number 3 wide receiver now? Maybe, but the Ravens need more than what OBJ can give them. And OBJ also needs to look at the fact that he's asking way too much in salary. And like I said, I think he got paid $15 million this year.
Yeah, that dude was stealing money.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what?
A hamburglar.
Baltimore made so many self-inflicted wounds to themselves. And Zay Flowers, I'm not going to blame him for the fumble at the line because, they're all always going to try to jump out and reach for that line. I kind of get it. Kind of sucks. But for him to stand over the guy and that's like 2 big plays that kind of hurt him.
Yep.
Then
to do it, Roquan.
Yeah, there it is right there too. There were so many boneheaded, stupid mistakes that they did on their own. And here's another thing. Don't get me wrong, and you guys might disagree with me. Fields looks like Lamar Jackson when he's out there sometimes, right? But my problem with Lamar Jackson and with Fields is that the decision making, him throwing that ball into, I believe it was like double coverage or triple coverage at the end, was insane. Who does that?
And do we want to keep Fields if that's the case? Do we want a Lamar Jackson?
We see that here.
Quarterback coach. Yeah, that's why you bring in a quarterback coach. Hey, these are the decisions you should be making and so forth, right? Hopefully that's what they do. Look at that film and so forth. But my problem with that game yesterday, Lamar Jackson did make some bad decisions as well. He didn't help.
Yeah, throwing in a triple coverage in the end zone. It was, I don't know what he saw on that play, but that was probably one of the worst pass decisions I've seen.
What he saw? His
I
buddy
didn't even
doing
think to run for a touchdown.
I thought they were playing basketball. Give me the ball. And he was down there doing this. Who cares? Look for somebody who's open. He's got 3 people on him. Got out. I don't need the
Yeah, so just to go back to it, OBJ this season, 35 catches for 560 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Stealing money.
Is that more than Mooney?
But
it definitely should be more than Mooney. Let's see.
Definitely should be.
If he had 3 catches in FanDuel and all these other places have this, if he had 3 catches yesterday,
I want to take the under on that one. Darnell Mooney doesn't have squat on OBJ.
Oh wow! Whoa.
No, Mooney has more catches.
Mooney, 31 catches for 414 yards. Steven is correct. Oof.
Yeah.
see?
Wow.
It's just bad. I don't know.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Good call, Steven.
So, but tell me I'm wrong without telling me I'm wrong. I mean, okay, here it is. Odell Beckham Jr. to have 3
see, I appreciate the props though. That you know.
three receptions. All he needed was 3 catches for $460. It was a plus 360. $100 got you 460, and everybody cashed in on that. He got exactly 3 catches yesterday.
Yeah, you made money on that.
I would have been afraid to take that bet, honestly. I only won $75, but I'll take it.
That's a win, brother. That's still in the plus column.
Yeah, you're in the plus
but
column.
The way you were making money makes me like, look, I'm making sense.
You are making sense.
I wasn't making sense.
Yeah, no sweat. Serg is making dollar bills, y'all.
I gotta cash out somewhere.
All right, gentlemen, before we wrap up the Bears and football segment, Super Bowl, what is this, 60, 75? What Super Bowl is this?
I don't care. Just
it was like too many Roman numerals. I don't know how to do those. You've got the Super Bowl. You've got the Chiefs and the 49ers. Let's see. Let's get your picks in. And if you got a score, spill it out. Steven, start off.
All right. You guys have seen me wear my Chiefs hat. I didn't wear it this weekend. Again, I'm gonna sound like a hater. I don't want to see Taylor Swift pan over. I don't, even though she generated money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. And I haven't been wearing my Chiefs stuff. So I'm going to go 49ers. And I can't do it anymore. I can't. I can't.
Bro, just shake it off.
I got to do a lot more than shaking, more like drinking. I'm going to go 49ers 28, Mahomes and the Chiefs. I'm going to go 24. Oh, JC was so mad at that he
dropped off
because he's like, I want to see Tay-Tay shake that Tay-Tay.
He's like, no Tay-Tay for me.
He's like, I'm out of here.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I got JC all frazzled because of Tay-Tay.
Oh my goodness. He's
But
like,
49ers as well. 49ers.
You've got the 49ers as well.
Yeah, 49ers are great. JC did have 49ers. I
do want to see the lines. I want to see the lines on as far as what the over under is going to be, and I'm going to jump all over the over if it's possible, because I don't think none of these guys really play a lot of defense either.
No, I really don't think the defense is going to be a huge part of the game. I am going to take the KC Chiefs and the Tay-Tay squad. I say 34-28 KC.
Haven't you gone against us twice and lost? And especially,
hey man, so what?
Can we talk about this for a second?
The sun
going against me and losing.
The sun shines on a dog's ass once a day.
It's dirty.
He said a broken clock
dirty one, man.
Is right twice a day. But
that too.
Seriously. You just stop going up against me, brother. You just keep losing.
I'm just mad because you keep winning, man. Just mad.
I'm just gonna take the opposite for the hell of it.
I just really think right now Mahomes is playing at an elite level. I think that he's come out with 2 great victories on the road, and now they're going to Las Vegas in a controlled environment. He's familiar with the stadium. I really think he plays well there. And right now I think the Chiefs are just rolling. Whereas,
I mean, he's used to that stadium, like you said.
That's part of his division, right?
Raiders.
Yeah, there he is. There he sees in the house. Yeah, he's very familiar with what's going on there. So I mean, for me, it's going to be KC. I really think that they'll light it up. Like I said, 34-28 KC with the victory. Patrick Mahomes with another Super Bowl win and Super Bowl MVP. Calling it.
The only one that I see screwing it up for me, and Steve, is that the quarterback for Niners party. He's not gonna. I think if he doesn't perform off the cusp from the beginning of the game and play through the whole game,
he had a slow start. Yeah.
If he doesn't produce, KC will jump all over his throat. And then I'm just gonna go in and change my damn pick.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
You're gonna hedge.
But hey, I took the under. To go under 280, and he got 267. So I was right on that. McCaffrey and Montgomery getting a touchdown. So that was my pick for that one. $65 in on a $10 bet, and I'll take it.
Good for you guys.
JC, what is your pick? I know it's 49ers, but give us a score, man.
Ooh, I'm gonna go 32-27. San Fran.
Ooh, all 3 of you.
Yeah. Somewhere right in there. Like I said, neither team's defense is looking very good right now.
No,
so I think this will be a score fest.
But a 2-week rest is going to help somebody.
I was texting my boys yesterday. I'm like, thank God we got Sweat, because Chase Young is not looking like a dude.
Nope.
So
praise
the Lord that we got the guy that we got, and I know it costs a little more than what it costs to get Young, but I'm happy with it.
Now, can we make a bet in here for us? I would like to say that I'll take the under 5, that they'll show Taylor Swift under 5 times.
Under 5 times?
On a Super Bowl? Nope.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if they win the Super Bowl, they will show her 5 times after the win.
I want to say, but like during the game, 5 times. I'll take the under on 5. Serge, I got $300. I'm just kidding.
Wow. Serge is like, I'm not taking your rent money.
It's the Super Bowl. I mean,
Can we get more?
Her 5 times alone when they were playing the Bears.
They got they got commercials. They got advertisements. They got a show.
Give us more Jason Kelsey. Jeez.
Two under.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, they're just gonna keep showing her and showing her and showing her. I mean,
I'm gonna keep count, and I'm gonna see if I'm right.
There might be a bet. There might be a prop bet for that. I guarantee you.
That's offset barbecue for everyone.
Jesus.
Like, this is it. That's it. They can't show her for the rest of the season. They're gonna show as much as they can of her sitting up there picking her nose.
Yep.
No, they're gonna have her on the cover of Madden. That's what's gonna be the next one.
She's gonna be on the cover of Madden. I love that.
Her and Kelsey kissing when they win the Super Bowl.
Somebody holding the trophy like this. You know? Yeah.
With Kelsey in the background.
Yeah, and Mahomes like this. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I could see that.
All right, boys. Let's
shake it off, man. In 2025.
Yeah, he gets the truck stick. You got the shake it off stick.
Mac ruin this.
All right, let's take a quick break. Everybody, we'll be right back with more of The Loop after a word from our sponsors.
Fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15
for 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
Hey guys, it's Steven.
And this is Sean, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans.
Don't forget to listen to Nowhere on the Weekend. New episodes on Monday. You can find us anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, so we're going to go do a couple of shots. So let's kick it back over to Big Z.
Thanks, Sean.
Oh, it's good to be back. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't listened to an episode's out, me and Jose ran it back last week on Friday. We did on StreamYard, which was cool. Good experience. We had some fun. Someone was a little sleepy during the episode.
That was me.
But yeah, it was fine. It was a good episode.
It was a good episode. Yeah, it was tons of fun. It's a little different because this is the first time you actually did it on the on the StreamYard. But you said you liked it. You said it was a little easier.
Yeah, and I had to run the board for once. And I was like, I got to do the script. I got to do this.
You guys got to learn how to run stuff too, man. You got to have. I'm grooming you guys to have on your own shows. I want you to be able to.
Hey, man, you found me, okay?
Very uncomfortable with the word grooming.
Yeah,
I'm not the guy from the Tampa Bay race, okay?
Ooh.
Hey, Manscaped, we need a sponsorship from Manscaped. That's what we need.
Ideal sound.
Oh yeah, I know on the weekend too. But yeah, no, check it out. It's a new episode. Be sure to always Valentine's Day is coming up. Be sure to grab True Chicago Sports stickers.
That's right.
Put them give them to one of your loved ones, so they can have a nice momentum of the show that they love so much.
That's right.
They love us.
That's right. See, Steven's in charge of marketing. All right, boys. I like how JC has switched it over to the Chicago Bulls, and that's exactly what we are going to talk about. The Chicago Bulls actually defeated a West Coast team yesterday after losing 2. They beat the Trail Blazers, and it was kind of dicey. I think that game was closer than it should have been. Vooch disappeared, and it cost me some money. But the big news is
14 points.
I had him for 15.
Oh, eek.
Yeah. I've been losing all week by half a point or a point on parlays. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. I'm going to get all depressed.
You know who's disappeared dramatically? And I thought he was going to, do a little better because, Lavine stepped out of the shadow again. You know what I'm saying? He stepped out of Lavine's shadow, I should say. And, White, what the hell happened to him? 1 3-pointer. I think he had like 14 points yesterday, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you're right. He had 15 for 42 minutes.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, JC, do you have some stats for us, or Jose? What were you throwing the ball? You're passing.
I'm passing the ball to you guys. Hey, go for it.
Oh,
we'll go for it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was that far off. I mean, it was 104-96. Portland Trailblazers are 13-33.
It was close, and then DeMar DeRozan said, "Enough of this. Give me the ball." And he started driving to the hole, and he actually made a 3 as well. I think DeMar was already sick of it. He's like, "We're down P. Will. We're down Zach Lavine. The bench isn't playing as it should, and Vooch has disappeared."
Played 40 minutes.
Well, again, like I said before, anytime he plays a big center, he disappears. There's no reason he should have had 12 rebounds and 20 points very easily, but he likes to stay on the perimeter. Get off the perimeter. They have the DeAndre Ayton who can rebound and put the ball back in, and actually is a really good passer to get the fast break running. You've got to go battle in the trenches with him. Andre Drummond is great in small spurts. He cannot play a full game, in a elongated stretch. Like you can't do that for 5 games in a row. He's just not that guy.
Yeah.
So they're 1-2 in the Western swing. They did win 104-96. DeMar DeRozan just being DeMar DeRozan, right? King of the fourth. He had 12 points in the fourth. Patrick Williams, left foot injury. The Sumo was in there. He shot a big 3 at the end to seal the win. I'm really liking the Sumo.
Nice. The Sumo actually, but he comes and plays when he wants to come and play. So the Sumo is not consistent either.
He's not confident. I don't feel he has the confidence yet.
That's it. Because he started off the game so hot. And I was like, the Sumo, I believe he had the first 8 points, not the first 8 points, but out of the 9 or 10 points that the Bulls had started, he had 8 of those. So he started off real strong. Then he became a shell of himself. And then all of a sudden, like you said, the Bulls do this in every damn. We should have lost to Phoenix. No, every fourth quarter, the Bulls just, they mentally check out whatever it is. And they're just like, oh, yeah, we're going to win this. And they just, they were relying on Phillips. And I liked watching Phillips play. He got 11 points. If we didn't have 11 points from Phillips in 23 minutes, he actually played really well for someone who doesn't get a lot of playing time.
Yeah, for 23 minutes, I agree with you on that one.
Well, you have a lot of injuries. You have a lot of injuries right now. Torrey Craig is out. Like I said, P. Will was out. Zach is out. I mean, you have so many injuries on this team, and now it's time for these guys to step up. And they're not always going to step up. And I really think that not only is that hurting them, but I also think that Billy Donovan does not have a consistent rotation.
He doesn't.
And because of that, he's off. He's like, all right, well, you get in there, whatever your name is, kid. There's really no rotation. I really don't think that they're using their players to maximize their wins.
Popovich used to do the same thing. Popovich, he used to rotate it, but he had a nice squad. Don't get me wrong, but he used to he never had the same rotation. I'm talking about no longer the glory days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Glory days are gone. Ginobili, all those guys, they're gone. So now you got these new guys, and he does not have the same consistent rotation either. So I mean, I don't want to blame it on rotation. You're gonna play ball, play ball. That's it. You're the next man up. You know your position. Play the position. Do what you're supposed to do, and do what you were doing before Lavine came back. White has no excuse to be playing the way he's playing. 15 points. You know what the books had him at? And I knew it. I'm glad I didn't say I took him for 50. I took him for 20, but they had him at 25. And 3 3-pointers and all this other stuff. And he did. I mean, I don't want to say he did nothing, but he wasn't what we were used to seeing in December and in November when Lavine went down. The guy was golden.
I think a lot of that has to do with the defense of the other teams understanding what he's good at and what his spots are. So now they're fighting through the screens or jumping over the screens to be able to defend them, get the ball out of his hand, because they know it's either him or DeMar. There's really no one else that you should have to guard. It's a double team. There's really no one else that's a threat. DeMar usually starts the game off very slow. He's very passive in the first first quarter, second quarter. He ends up with like 4 points by halftime, and then he knows that the fourth quarter, that's his time. He's going to get his 12, 15 points. That's not a recipe for winning.
But it's not disaster either because
it's not disaster. But it's also like, all right, cool. We know he's not hot, right? If Kobe's not hot, they know it's going to go to him. You double team, get the ball out of his hands. I'll live and die with Ayo Dosunmu shooting the three, or Torrey Craig, or whoever, because they don't have depth. They really don't have the depth to win games.
Grant killed us, and I wanted Grant from the beginning. I wish we would have got Grant and Ayton. And these are guys that put up numbers. And Simone had 11, and that's a person that normally doesn't produce either. Their bench didn't really do much, but their starters jacked us. They got us. They were all almost in double figures except their forward Walker, who only had 7. Everybody else had double digits from 11, 16, 22, 24, and Jeremy Grant was the all-star for them yesterday. So, I mean, these are the Vooch. We all know he doesn't play defense. We're building with that. He didn't even get 8 rebounds, to my knowledge.
No, he got 7. He killed me on that too.
Yeah,
and I had him on 8.
Yeah, but you go back to against the Suns, and Vooch had 17 rebounds. So it's
Where's the consistency? And I know he ain't Rodman. We ain't telling him to get 40 rebounds.
Right.
I mean, to me, like I'm like right now, I'm just looking at stats from like the last 3 games, and the Bulls versus the Lakers, it was 132 to 141. The Lakers won, but dude, you go look at the stats, and the Bulls were shooting a 53.4 field goal percentage. Lakers were at 60, so that's a 7% difference.
Yeah. All
right, now you look at 3-point percentage. The Bulls are at 32%, and the Lakers were at 64.5.
And that's
so a good 30%.
Yep.
Because if you actually
better from 3.
Right. If you watch those games, the Lakers game, they came shooting in the second half. They were down by 20-something%. I'm sorry, by 20-something points.
Yep.
And then this game, they were up, and they gave up that lead, and I believe they were tied at one at like 97 or 96 or something like that. They were tied, or 91, something like that. So then the Bulls said, okay, we don't want to play no more. Let's get rid of them. But the point is that most of the games, fourth quarter, they usually just hang it up, and that's what's tiring. With the Lakers, they actually put the foot on the gas pedal at the end and started hitting their shots, but they couldn't do enough to get over the hump, and that's what gave them the 53%.
I'll say this. I mean, for not having that much on the team right now, you're going with the Suns and you're down by 2. With the Lakers, you're down, by 9. These are close games. I mean, for a team that doesn't really have much, but I mean, they still play really well. They still play with heart. I think, they got the Raptors, Hornets, and the Kings. I can see them winning the next 2 games. They're going to be well rested. I know they play tomorrow at home, and then they have the Hornets. So I think they could take these 2. I think with the Kings, it's up in the air, but they could still, pull it together. I think it's also tiring. Kobe White's not used to playing this. He's used to playing this amount of time, but he's not used to scoring that much. So, but he's putting some numbers up. I think everyone's a little gassed right now. But at the same time, I think they could pull out these 2 wins. They're close. They're not getting blown out. I think if they're getting blown out by a lot, that's a different story. But they're playing close. I mean, they shouldn't give up these leads, but at the same time,
Yeah, no, like I said,
they're the West. The West is dominant.
But like I was saying too last week, the Bulls need some better 3-point shooters. I mean, even against Portland, they shot a measly 25% from 3-point. I mean, it's like their 3-point percentages are just ugly when you go back and look at what they're putting up. So I know the Bulls love to draft their bigs, but we might need to focus on getting some guys that can shoot the 3 ball.
McDermott did really well. So
they were 8 for 32s and 3 yesterday, and Portland didn't do too well either. They were 6 for 33, so there was nothing fascinating on the 3 line. I just thought White was going to do like 5 3-pointers, or at least 3 3-pointers. He had 1 3-pointer at the first quarter, and then we never saw another one from him. He just started jacking up shots. So it's just a lot of inconsistencies. Maybe they got to practice harder. I don't know. I don't see it.
I agree with Steven with the comment that he's a shooting guard. He is not a point guard. And the fact that he has to come and dribble the ball down, that's a little bit more work. He's got to run the offense, more work. After he's trying to be Steph Curry, where he's dribbling the ball down, handing it off to somebody, they're running the offense, he's cutting through screens to get to his spot. And I think that's really taking a toll on him at this point, because he's not, cutting in through these screens without getting hit now. They're like, all right, you're a shooter? All right, cool. We're going to make sure we, give you a shoulder, we'll give you a hip, so that way you're taking something with you. You're not going to be able to shoot correctly. But again, him and Lavine have very similar set of skills. I just think that Lavine at this point has played his last game as a Bull. Starting tomorrow, the trade deadline opens up. I mean, the trade portal opens up, I guess, and it is heating up with Detroit being a front runner for Lavine's
I was
services.
actually thinking about buying tickets to that game when they come back to Chicago. They're like $28 a ticket right now, so I think I'm going to scoop those
That's
up
the
tonight. If that
27th.
does happen. Valentine's Day is coming up, gentlemen. So I'm going to do that.
They want to give us, supposedly this is the mock trade is Bogdanovich, either Stewart or I forgot the other gentleman's name. Oh, Cunningham. Sorry, Cunningham. So either those two and
trade him now.
A bunch of
trade it now.
I'm taking.
I'd take them.
Trade it now.
Take 'em. Do it.
Yeah, I'd take them.
And there was a whole bunch of picks behind there too. There was like 2 or 3 picks that were involved.
Do it right now, because Bogdanovich is a great veteran. Cunningham is an all-star in the making. Great young talent, can jump out of the gym, can shoot. He can do a little bit of everything. He's just a little young and green. And you're getting extra picks with it too. Run it. Drop them off.
The only way I say yes to Charlotte, because Charlotte's floating out around her, if we get Bridges. I take Bridges, because if we get Bridges and some other pieces, they got a couple people that I wouldn't mind. We're never going to get, Ball's brother, right? LaMelo. That would be nice. But
no.
We're not going to get him.
We're not going to get him, but I'll take Bridges all day. Give me him. But at the same point, those are 2 hot running teams that I've seen so far. I saw a Sacramento one. I didn't like anything that we're going to get back for that. These are those mock trades, but I did hear that they are in like talks with Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little excited about that.
I'm excited about that, because that's we're done with this 3-headed experiment that did not work, right? The big 3 that they try to come up with.
It's like that goofy big 3 that goes around on the internet.
The 3
like one in Dragon Tales.
3 dragons. Yeah,
that's
the 3
what
dragons.
it is. It's the Dragon Tales one. Just the 2 heads.
Yeah, 2 of them are like. You also have the Knicks, who Julius Randle just went down. It looks like weeks, not months, for his he dislocated his shoulder.
Yep.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's attached to your arm, and you kind of need that to shoot. I don't think it's going to be a matter of just weeks. I think it's going to take a little bit over a month to get.
Plus, he can't go to his left. So
I think did they not pop it back in place?
Yeah, so he's going to go. I don't know if he went over the MRI. I think he went over the MRI, but the results haven't been. Okay, so the MRI revealed no.
Give us a couple more players.
Well, that's where you trade DeRozan. You trade DeRozan to New York.
Okay, fair. But here's the problem. Randall should not have been in the game at that time, up by 17 with only 4 minutes left in the game.
Who's the coach?
Well, fair enough. Thibodeau will
Who plays his players really hard and does practices as hard contact?
Hey. I'm just telling you what I saw. And we actually sat here and watched the game. It was horrible. We said, and that was the main thing that they brought up on the broadcasters too. They're like, why is he still in there? But it's Thibodeau. Hello, Thibodeau. You are back in the news.
For the wrong reason. I mean,
for the wrong reasons.
I think because they have Jalen Bronson, who's now a true point guard. They got RJ Barrett.
No, they don't.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No,
Barrett's gone. So I'm looking at the Google thing. It came. It gave me the old roster.
And Barrett went to Toronto.
Correct. Who's the kid? Who's the new kid?
And then I can't say his name.
Let me see.
He was one of their good pieces. It starts with an.
I don't know.
Is it OG?
Yeah, OG.
I thought it was
Ananobi.
Anunoby. Yeah, OG Anunoby. Like ever since they got him, I think they're 12-2 since the trade.
That I know. I don't know his actual name. I don't know his position, but I know that they've been doing really
Great
well.
trade. We were watching that game. We watched it since the trade because they both like it was weird. They played like the very next game, and then he was already in the lineup. It's weird because remember when trades used to happen and they used to sit for a couple of games until they get acclimated or whatever. No, like Terry Rozier played the next damn night. And who was traded? Lowry. Lowry was traded, and he played the next night as well. We're like, what the hell is going on? Well, I was saying, and my boy was like,
he had John Salmons. That guy put up numbers, man. After that trade,
but that's what I'm saying. They playing the very next night. But I'm saying Randall should not have been in that game. So they were up by 17. There was no rhyme or reason for him to be in there. He would not.
I hear you.
Thibodeau be Thibodeauing, so that's just what it is. All right, let's finish off with the other team that plays on the Madhouse on Madison with the Chicago Blackhawks. Stevie-B, our official puckhead, will give us a hockey report.
Well, gentlemen, it's been ugly on the ice, man. It's ugly. JC,
there you
throw
go.
That hat away, man. I'm just kidding. No, it looked nice.
There's not going to be any hat tricks. He's not going to throw it away anytime soon.
No, it's a lovely hat. I wish I had one.
Free, man. I picked it up at the game.
Oh, that's nice. Wait, recently? Because we were supposed to go to one.
This was a couple of years ago, man. I'd walking in and I was like, dude, this is awesome.
That's what happens when you get there early. I love it. Yeah. Love it. They lost to the Flames on Saturday. Prior to that, January to the 25th, they lost to the Oilers. Prior to that, Wednesday the 24th, they lost 6-2.
What I tell you, keep betting this team to lose.
Four-game losing streak.
Yeah, and then they won against the Islanders of New York. The Sabres, they lost 3-0. It's just they're just averaging at least one goal if you put them a couple 4 games together, but they're giving up at least 5 goals a game.
There's no defense. It is Swiss cheese.
Can I ask this question?
Go ahead.
I don't watch a lot of hockey because I don't understand it. It's like soccer to me. Is Bedard really missed? Was he like the true offense for that team? And if so, would the games look a lot different? Like at least 5-2. Would it be getting 2 goals or 3 opposed to just the average one?
Right. I think a lot of people guard him a little bit more differently, so a lot of other players could get open. But instead of going the full positive way, I think the 5 negative takeaways that we could say this first half is Avari Sadromulgan. Sablasom, I can't say his name, but he was the number 1 goalie and has not panned out. He looked good in the first half of the season, or the first couple games of the season. I thought he looked great, but he has negative 10.3 goals saved above expected. I think that's, he's got to get more developed. I think it's not just him.
It's defense.
He's playing it. Yeah.
If the puck is mostly on that side.
It's hard
there's
to
no defense in front of the goalie. The thing that made the Blackhawks so good during those championship years, where you had guys like Bufflin and Sharp and all these guys hanging out in front of the net, helping Corey. Was it Crawford? Crawford.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't even watch a lot of hockey.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, when you don't have guys like that, it's
yeah.
It's
hard.
It makes it a hard living.
Do they play scared? Are they
I think it's just experience, and it's just hard to just play against these teams. Like I said, they're averaging like maybe 1, but I was wrong. They average per game 2.08. I don't know how you get the 0.08.
Well, it's an average. It's an average. So they average 2 goals a game, but you're looking at
where's the 0.8? Where's the 0.8? Yeah, but again, the last games they do miss Bedard because of his fractured jaw. It's just the offense is really hard to get along with.
If you go to ESPN and just look up the stats of the Blackhawks, it's Bedard this, Bedard that, Bedard. The only thing that he doesn't lead in is like penalty minutes.
So he is okay.
Yes, he is the end all and be all. He is the Blackhawks. So not having him, it's really hurting him. The rest of the team is mostly
Gerard,
IHL
Dione,
IHL
Taylor,
castaways.
Radesh.
minor leaguers that are there, undeveloped kids. So, again, leave Bedard. Let him practice, but do not let him come back. We want that number 1 pick for next year to bring somebody next to him. Give him put another winger or another center out there. We need help, and then you've got to go balls to the wall and get some help. Get an experienced goalie and go defense.
Get some other veterans to teach these young guys at the end of their contract. They're going to want to play somewhere. I mean, I don't know. For hockey is different because you can't turn around a team really quick.
No, it's a hard cap.
2-3 years. I think 5 years max. But at the same time, I think they could do it. I trust the organization of the Blackhawks a lot more than I do with the White Sox at this point.
Wow, just taking shots.
And I'll even say that with the Bears too. I trust the organization for the Blackhawks more because they have championships. I don't know. I think right now it's a learning curve. They're going to figure it out. They're going to get some experience. And again, veterans at the end of their contract, at the end of the year, teach them, get some things in there. But it's a development thing. And I think right now it sucks to see them lose. There's no more like fun kind of team to watch because everyone's gassed and everyone's learning. They're a young team. Mm-hmm. But we'll see.
Well, we face we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now, and I keep asking, how many more times do we face Anaheim or San Jose? So that we can, get that number 1 pick. Right. We face them 2 more times.
Right.
Because I just happened to look that up. And then
we have a slightly better average.
Celebrini is the guy. It looks like he stands 6 foot, 190 pounds. Boston University looks like he will be the number 1 talent.
190 pounds and 6 foot.
That's what they got him listed at, 6 foot, 190. Then
he's fast.
The number 2.
Yeah.
So the number 2 guy is Anton Silyev.
Is that hard to say the names for hockey? I gotta admit, they're really hard. I need to hear from the
Steven, we're gonna bite you buy you some Duolingo so you can learn some French Canadian. We'll get you a bottle of syrup.
There you go. Yes, I want the cookies with the syrup so I could dip it in. I know it's not a thing, but I'm gonna make it a thing. So. And some taffy. I got some actual Canadian taffy in the actual kitchen.
And some Canadian whiskey.
Visiting.
And some Canadian whiskey.
That I will take. That for sure I will take. I don't have any Canadian listeners on No on the Weekend. So if there's any here,
you don't. We have 1 Canadian listener so far that I know of, and I can double check those facts for next week.
Yeah,
but we do have 1. Yeah.
So.
Sorry.
Go Canucks. No, I'm just kidding.
Go Whalers.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to a little bit more uplifting news with one of our Chicago teams, the Chicago Cubs. They made a signing. I don't know. I'm gonna leave this to my Cub fans, Steven, JC. I love how JC just switches hats.
JC's flipping hats like he's flipping hats
like no tomorrow. Yeah. So we got No Sweat Serge, JC Dynasty Fantasy Football, Stevie-B from the No Water Weekend, and their favorite team is the Chicago Cubs, and they finally signed somebody. So go ahead, guys, take it away.
What do you mean finally? JC, go start. This guy's being crazy.
Well, we were talking last week about who would win in a Cubs White Sox World Series.
We did start that.
I did find one YouTube channel that would only play. It only played 2 games. 1 game went to the Cubs. 1 game went to the Sox.
Yep.
So
that second game was a shellacking.
Baloney.
That second game was a shellacking.
Still undetermined of who would win.
Yeah. We need to contact that dude to see if we can run the simulation.
Run the other 4, like the other 5.
The other 5 games for us.
If I hear "Don't Stop Believing," I'm gonna just close the video down.
YouTube will block our stuff.
The Cubs did pick up, and I believe, please don't hate me if I say it incorrectly, but it's right-handed reliever Hector Neris. And he is
roll the Mars, man.
Neris. His ERA is stunning actually for a reliever. He's a 1.71 or something like that. We didn't For me, I don't think we paid that much for him. I think he's a steal for our bullpen.
We did get someone else.
We can get some more people.
No, we did, but we got someone from 2016. He's coming back.
High face.
Carl Edwards Jr. for a minor league deal. It's good to have him back. I think he missed Chicago so much that he decided to stink. And then wanted to come back. But I think we could develop him back to where he was at 2016. Have him in the bullpen for a little bit. Jose's making this face right now for the people who aren't watching us live on the stream. But his face shows disgust, and I could say that maybe Carl Edwards Jr., because I'm going to say this, I know it's going to irritate him, could probably pitch around and strike out a couple of White Sox players right now. So
my daughter could strike out.
I got a minor league team on the field right now. There's a minor league team on the south side except for one guy.
I got the little league players beating the White Sox. All right,
the Cougars can go over there to the south side and get some runs over there.
We do like the signing of Hector because he's coming from a winning organization as the Houston Astros. We're gonna go back to the good stuff.
The Schaumburg Sluggers can go over there.
I've got nothing.
Chicago hot dogs can go over there.
I can't do this.
I've got nothing.
He's 34 years old, so he's going to be pretty. He's going to be pretty good for our bullpen.
In UFC terms, in their 32s, 34s, they're in their prime. So I'm going to stick with that one here.
I just like that he's coming from a winning organization. It's not, you know what, like, it's not like the bad news that we're going to get is like Cody Bellinger is going to get ripped off, I think, because no one's
giving them contracts right now. I'm offended by that.
The Cubs are going to come back and say, nobody wants you. So you want to take this contract we offering or what? And I'm going to be honest with you, that is smart by the Cubs. They did wait it out, and nobody, unless the Dodgers slide in and say, "Here, we'll give you."
I don't want.
There's no room for him on the Dodgers.
The Dodgers come back and say, "What are they doing to everybody on their team? They're
deferring money,
pay cuts."
The favorite word, deferring. We'll defer your contract. Give Cody Bellinger what he wants, but I think he's gonna fold, play for the Cubs, and the Cubs are gonna just say, "I think you don't want to sign this. Nobody wants you."
JC, spill some news. Give me some facts to back it up over here, so we could make Jose feel so much more awkward. And he's chugging his.
I'm just drinking my tea.
Yeah, no. We were talking last week, and we basically said, at some point the Cubs and Bellinger's agent need to come to an agreement and basically just sign for less than the $200 million he's asking. We basically said, hey, we want you back. You want to be back 175, 185, whatever, we'll make it close, but it's not going to be the 200 you're looking for.
I will personally drive him everywhere he wants to go.
Adios, Santo, this guy. Look at what Mr. DeLeon said.
I got a job. I don't got time for that. But I'm sure with 185 million,
I'll make it work. I swear I'll make it work.
Driver
you can't drive him in your car though.
No. I would definitely
don't drive him in your car.
Shots fired.
You know my car. Oh my God!
Everything. Look at the comment from Mr. DeLeon. I would offer Cody Bellinger a 5-year contract worth about $15 million. They're going to pay him a little bit more. We're not going to stiff him, but he's not going to get the 200 million. No, sir.
I wouldn't do that either. I would say take a pay cut and I'll just drive him. So just, be a bro.
You can be
throw me some tickets.
Bodyguard from Whitney Houston.
Oh my goodness!
They are shooting in these ballparks, starting with the White Sox.
Oh, here we go with another shout out the White Sox. He doesn't like to spend much money. He does spend money. He just is not allocated in the right locations. Are we done with this Cub news so I can finish my White Sox stuff?
Food and drinks and merch.
It's spent on the customer experience.
Yeah, on the stadium that they want to build, and I missed the last 2 weeks, but no one's going to go to a brand new stadium if they don't have a good product on the field.
Are you kidding me?
I wouldn't go.
And good metal detectors.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Why are you going to build a stadium that no one's going to go to and probably get shot at? I honestly, I don't get the, yeah.
With a new building comes nice and new metal detectors, you know?
I'm going to come back next week with all the incidents in the past 20 years that have happened at Wrigley. All right. And I know of one because it happened to a friend of a friend that I know who actually did shoot somebody outside of Wrigley, right in front of Sluggers.
Well, he had to. He was talking crap about the Cubs, and he was a White Sox fan. He
That was
nothing to do with the White Sox fan.
That wasn't in Wrigley.
It was on the street, in the street between Wrigley and Sluggers. That's still Wrigley.
No,
hey,
that's
if you're
not
wearing
Wrigley.
White Sox shit, you can't.
It wasn't a
come
White
over
Sox
there.
game. It wasn't a White Sox game. I guarantee you that
I
one.
know. I'm being funny. Jeez.
Are we done with the Cubs?
They're going to give him Bears tickets if he wants. They'll give him season tickets if he just goes ahead and signs on the dotted line. That'll cost him nothing.
Yeah, there you go. Man, your podcast is full of Cubs fans. I love it. I love this.
Israel,
Hey, DeLeon said that he's going to drive him.
Yeah, I'll drive
He's
him.
going to steal your jobs now.
No. Yeah, hey, I'll do whatever to get. You know what? I'm more dedicated than Jose when it comes to winning championships. I'll take one for the team.
Apparently, you'll take it. Where you know where. All right,
hey, man. If I'm winning a World Series, I'm still getting that ring at the end of the thing. So
they're gonna open your ring. That's for sure.
For a Cubs championship.
Hey, Israel lives in Maryland. This is awesome. Thanks, Israel, for tuning in and
That's
listening.
okay. We're gonna get him in here. DeLeon, we're gonna do it, baby.
Okay, and then plus I'm driving him. He'll be a guest on the show because I'm, taking him around town in the car.
Yeah, we deal with that.
So
all right, can we switch to White Sox and get this done in under 4 minutes?
Only if you play the song. Play the song, man. Play it.
Hold on. I'll even add Bulls tickets. This guy has a lot of tickets here. You want me to play the song?
Man, how much you selling them for? I want to go against Detroit.
I was gonna say, for a guy that lives in Maryland, what's he doing with all these Chicago tickets?
I love the guy.
There you go. There you go,
wait,
JC.
it's Monday.
There you go, JC.
Water.
I remember how Ivan used to love when I played this.
I still do, but I'm not Ivan though.
Yeah,
But-
we know you do for a different reason. Let's see what it is. You say, "I'm coming to my hometown in March for the dying of the Chicago River." Oh, you're gonna find some dead bodies in there.
Oh,
people are going to be dying.
He's coming for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, he is.
Got it.
Got it. All right.
Again,
As a veteran of St. Patrick's Day, let me tell you, pace yourself, know what you're doing. Because if you're trying to make it till 10 p.m., like I always did, we would stop, eat, have a meal, have a beer while we're eating.
Split it into 4 quarters. Split it into 4 quarters is what I used to do.
Yep.
Nope.
Let me tell you, because if you hop on the train and watch some of these high school kids, man, they are sloppy and falling down on the train
by 9
they can
a.m.
even get downtown.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I've gone from the morning bar crawl to the night bar crawl, taking the train back home at 1 and 2, and been fine.
Hold on. I'm gonna listen. I am going to send a photo, and my buddy will kill me for this, but I'm gonna send a photo in the group text.
Put it
we
on
can
screen.
continue talking, but I'm gonna send a photo in the group text.
No. Let's do a bar crawl. Let's do this one for St. Patrick's Day. Let's all go. Serg, you got to fly out here, so it might be a little more expensive for you.
Sergio was just recently laid off. He's going to be looking for a job.
Dude, you've been winning monies over here, so
I don't mean nothing when Uncle Sam goes in the pockets.
That's right.
There's bigger fish out there, man.
Oh, so you're at a profit. None of us at a profit. All right, let's finish this White Sox. I got 4 minutes, right? The White Sox have a man in the booth to join Steve Stone. They have John Schriffen. He's going to bring energy and passion to the broadcast. He agreed on a multi-year deal following Benetti leaving to Detroit. Hey, we're just sending everybody to Detroit, apparently.
Godspeed.
Yeah. So, he called. He's worked for NBC. He's done the games for the WBO or KBO games. I'm sorry. ESPN, KBO, G League, Summer League, Major League Baseball for ESPN Radio. So he's 39. He's got tons of experience. He's got a good voice. I don't know how the chemistry is going to mesh with Steve Stone. That's one of the major issues, right? You had Hawk who tried to talk over him. You had Benetti who meshed very well. Benetti meshes with everybody because he's on TV every day of the week. So I wish him the best of luck. It's a hard job, especially when a team is losing over 100 games. It's hard to be positive when you're calling crap. What does Izzy say? Izzy, it'd be very hard to stay engaged for a losing team. If you're losing 100 out of 162 games, it's hard to show positives. You'll probably start talking about the giveaways and the food at the cell. So I know Steve is laughing over there because he's like, this team is garbage. But it is,
Oh my God, I'm just laughing because that headhunter probably made out too with that one guy. He's like, hey, go to this job. You're going to do so well. I'm going to get some of that money. And the headhunter just ran with it and got that money because that guy probably didn't want to go, but he needs to work and to rejuvenate his career. But I don't know why he would want to go there to rejuvenate your career. But, the job's a job. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
so
that's
I
right.
can't complain.
Yeah.
Job's a job.
We also have news on the 78. From what I'm hearing from my undisclosed sources is that it is very close to a deal. They're trying to work out some of the details, but expect the White Sox to be moving to that location and building a stadium. They do not want to stay over there at 35 in Shields. They don't own it. Remember that they don't own it. They have that sweetheart deal with the state sports commission, whatever it's called. I think it's good and bad. You got a new stadium. It's going to be state of the art. You're going to get an all-star game. It's in a prime location to be able to get to as far as public transportation. It's close to the bars. I'm sorry.
Don't get shot.
Oh my goodness.
No, it's like good, have all that, but no one's like, what are you going to pay for a minor league team? I don't get it.
You gotta You're thinking
stadium?
for Steven, you're thinking short sighted because you got to remember that this is gonna not happen for another 7 years until that stadium is built. So in 7 years, I do expect the team to be a lot better than what it is at this point. So speaking of that,
and who's paying for the new stadium? Is it the taxpayers? Is it?
Well, let's be honest. It's always going to be the taxpayers. The taxpayers funded the renovation of Soldier Field, the renovation of Wrigley. It all goes to tax.
Working out.
Well, again, the spaceship over there is garbage.
Pay your taxes, guys.
Yeah. Say that louder, Steven.
IRS is so you don't pay your tax. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Your phone's listening to you, sir.
But seriously, do not look at my accounts.
Israel likes taking that drive, but I think it's really going to kill the whole tailgating aspect of going to the game, and that's one of the favorite things to do is the tailgate, play bags, be able to cook out there. So I think that's going to kill one thing, but at the same time, it's not going to be Wrigley. It will be similar to Wrigley, where it's in the neighborhood. You're going to have access to public transportation, the river. You'll be able to get dropped off.
River taxis. There you go.
Yeah, the river taxis.
There's a way to get there.
Yeah. Jesus, Steven. Anyways,
I can't talk White Sox. It just makes it.
All right, so back to St. Patrick's Day. Everyone, go check your phone because I sent it to you guys.
I saw it.
Your photo. Who's holding her hair and what is she really doing? And that's PG-13 version. What is really
I like the second one.
I just see her holding her by the ponytail and I see her face is down. Don't see anything else. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. No.
Wow.
That's Stephen Hawking's on Epstein's Island, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
I just caught that.
wow. All right, last piece of White Sox news. They signed right-handed relief pitcher to bolster the bullpen. 1 year, $5.5 million contract with right-handed pitcher John Bariba. Includes a mutual option for 25 and designated Romy Gonzalez for assignment. He will receive $4 million in 2024 and a $6 million option in 25 with a $1.5 million buyout. He's 33, went 3-5 with 3.9 ERA over 38 innings pitched, including 6 holds and 47 strikeouts. So this is just another arm in case someone gets hurt. I'm sorry. I just can't really deal with the White Sox because they're literally playing chicken with the rest of MLB who wants Dylan Cease.
He's got do a movie called Benchwarmers 5. I mean, this is horrible.
They've got 2 All-Stars.
Finally gets offers, and then she doesn't want to make up her mind and still plays hard to get. But it's like, I want to like play hard to get because I'm never able to play hard to get. And then at the end of the day, there's no one there.
I can't join in on that.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
I'm just talking about that's how the White Sox are playing with Dylan Cease. Hard to get.
How are they playing hard to get? They got him signed for 2 years.
I know, but it's like I feel bad for the guy because he's staying there and he's just wasting his career.
Like the Braves, 108 year of Cubs players that played for you guys?
Hey, at least we have a conference and a convention to showcase how amazing we are. We're not afraid to showcase what we don't have.
Okay, let's be honest here. You guys didn't start doing Cubs Con, so you guys started winning. Prior to that, you guys never did a Cubs Con. So let's just go there. All right. And second of all, I've been to Cubs Con and met Ryan Sandberg and Fergie Jigginson and
God
the rest of the guys.
Well, he's not passing away.
Jesus Christ. Rhino's not dead. Rhino's strong, baby. Rhino's strong.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's a very sensitive thing.
Hashtag F cancer, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Hashtag, F Stevie-B.
Come on.
It's very serious. I'm not downplaying it, and I wish him the best.
Indeed, Rhino. We got your back, Rhino. Don't listen to Stevie.
Izzy's got some jokes there.
No, I'm not joking. I feel I hope he's okay. I know it's serious. But Ramos Ramirez and Kerry Wood are on here for the Cubs Hall of Fame, and he was one of my favorite players. So I just got to say that.
All right. So White Sox Fest will be next year, and I will be there. And
I bet you $5 that they're going to cancel it.
No, they won't.
$20.
I'll take your 20. Thank you very much.
Okay, 50.
No, I'm taking your 20.
Okay, fine. You heard it here live.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
50 seconds.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll have No Sweat Serg come up with a question which concerns Stirring the Pot. So we'll be right back with Stirring the Pot after a word from our sponsors.
Sports fans, show off your Chicago pride with some fresh clothes from Grit Clothing Company. At Grit Clothing, they create that simple yet classic style that represents that Chicago Southside lifestyle. From t-shirts to hoodies, hats to glassware, they've got you covered. Grit has everything you need to represent your Chicago pride. So do it right now. Check out gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15.
TrueFan15
for 15% off your entire order. Let me say it again. That's gritclothingco.com and use the promo code TrueFan15 for 15% off of your entire order.
What up? It's Martin Moreno, and you are listening to True Chicago Sports Fans Podcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast with Big Z. We've got Stevie-B in the house, JC Dynasty Fantasy Football, and No Sweat Serg in the house. And ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. And if you don't know, this is the time we stir the pot and we ask you the question. There you go, Steve. Stevie's into it.
I'm here. I've been gone from doing that for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it is time for stirring the pot. There we go. No, all right. Is it marinated? Is it good enough right now? All right, Serg, are we ready for it?
Well, yeah, you ready to marinate that chicken?
There
the steak?
Oh, yeah, the better meat. Okay. Yeah. Well, we were talking. I had posted up this morning because I'm noticing, people who are just dying to put tattoos on themselves. So they go ahead and they put their favorite team on there. So I went back and did some digging, and obviously there's one post of someone actually putting the Super Bowl champs 2023, and it's on our page with the Detroit Lions on there. I mean, how do you feel about that? Just like knee-jerk reaction. There was one that with the Celtics last year. If you guys did not see it, that was awesome. The 2023. So there was one with the 2015 Cowboys, and I believe there was one with the the Cowboys at the beginning of this year as well.
Yeah, that was or
It's
this year or
insane.
last year, but it was recent.
It's and then they have the audacity to post it up. So I was just looking at it like, would you all do that?
The answer is no.
No.
I couldn't do
No.
it. That for me is a jinx.
No, exactly. Definitely a jinx.
It's like a jinx.
I mean, we all agree it's a no, but would you get a championship after the fact? A championship tattoo after the fact?
Absolutely.
No.
I have no tattoos, and I'll be like talking jinxes. Literally during the World Series, I walked into a bar where all my friends were at. They were watching. All of a sudden, we started losing. I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm out." I literally walked out the bar, went home. We ended up winning the game. So
thank JC for that win.
I believe in jinxes. I believe in jinxes. And I was like, the second I walked into the bar, like we started losing. I'm like, guys, have fun. I'll see you some other
When I see
time.
you.
After the game for the celebration.
I think if we were younger and the Bulls were still like the team to cheer, I could see us putting a bull on our arm, champions or whatever. But like we're seeing a whole bunch of these premature tattoos printed on, and I'm looking at it. What do you do after? And it's like if you think you're having a bad Monday, imagine how this guy feels.
I mean, if you can have fun with it and like just put like a cross like through it, and then just like put the next year,
Right.
and then put a cross through that, and then like, you know what I mean? So as long as you're willing to laugh at yourself and be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, we didn't work out. And like put a scratch it out and put the next year, you know, maybe, but
that is a big.
That would be a
took
funny that would be a funny fantasy football penalty, or for the loser, you have to get like a tattoo with the wrong championship year on it. I mean,
no, because
a Super Bowl thing, yeah.
No, I wouldn't do anything permanent like that, but I did see an awesome fantasy football punishment where it was 11 guys on one paintball.
Oh, I did see that
and,
one.
like they dressed the guy up in like an animal costume, and like basically they were hunting a lion like in a paintball stadium. Yeah. So like I said, 11 guys on one, but again, I have no tattoos. I have, at 37 years old, I really don't have like I've thought about putting one on my arm, but at this point, like,
Go Mike Tyson, put it on your face.
Yeah, you guys can't see it, but I got 2 teardrops right here.
That's a killer right there.
Yeah,
telling them jokes.
His 4 hours in juvie.
2 hours, 30 minutes in county. Let me get that straight, okay? I was a little scared. They didn't go by me because my pants and everything was just destroyed. Now
it was wet.
It was definitely. I was like, I don't belong here. I'm a good boy. No, like I said, I would get a tattoo. I thought about getting 2016 for the Cubs after the fact when it was all over with and done. My mom's not a fan of tattoos, but she said that's fine. So wait till I get my Avengers one. But
Mama said no.
Yeah, she said no.
No.
I'm the one and only the prodigal son. So yeah,
you need to stay pure.
Thank God they stopped reproducing.
But no, I would get it after the fact. I wouldn't get a Bears one. I definitely would not premature Bears one though. So definitely would not do that. I do a Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs one before anything.
JC.
The other problem with freaking tattoos is, man, you gotta have a good tattoo artist.
Yep.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, the tattoo you sent with the Lions logo, it wasn't bad, but it was like, that's a mediocre tattoo.
It was.
That was good 15 years ago.
It's like if I'm putting something
$80.
on I'm putting something on my body, dude, like I don't care if I pay $3,000, you know what I mean? Like, but I want it to be like phenomenal tattoo.
It should look like a photo or sticker. Yes.
Yeah. So there was an artist that I found a while back that if I was to get a tattoo, it would probably be by him, but he doesn't even tattoo anymore. He only does mastectomies now, patient tattoos.
Gotcha.
He switched over from like tattooing normal people to only women with mastectomy stuff. I can't remember his name. I'd have to look it up.
No free
but
advertisement here.
what was it?
No free advertisement here.
No, actually, I mean, like I said, I mean his tattoos were freaking phenomenal. Mostly black and white tattoo artist, but I mean, like the quality of his tattoos, like I said, it was, if I were to get one, like that is an artist that I would go to.
Yeah,
you know, like I said, sometimes you go to a tattoo shop and you know the artwork is just not up to snuff.
No, definitely not. Yeah. All right, gentlemen. I think we're at being long in the tooth. Any final thoughts on anything before we get out of here?
Be sure to check out No on the Weekend with Jose and me.
No. We had this conversation. You missed 2 weeks. We're not advertising your show after you missed 2 weeks.
That's part of the 606 Media. That's by Jose.
That's right. You
know,
he's still under the label.
I'm waiting for the stat lines for next week's game. So let's see if we're going to post them or not.
So
yeah.
Do that.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for listening. That is it for today. A big thank you to our sponsor, 606 Media, True Chicago Sports Fans, and Grit Clothing Company. Go over there and get your shirts. Use TrueFan15 for your 15% off at the checkout. Check out Grit Clothing Company again. TrueFan15 for 15% off your entire order. Check out Stevie-B, Sean, and sometimes me on the 606 family tree of podcasts, the No Water in the Weekend with Steven and Sean, a pop culture forward podcast that dabbles in funny, trivial, film, television, music, and Chicago-centric news and happenings. New episodes every Monday. We did it on StreamYard this past week. I think it came out well. Audio came out well. So I produced it, so it sounds a little different than when Sean does it, but I think I do a little bit better. He doesn't listen to
it. It was great. I ran the board. The sound sounded great. I had all the stuff. You edited it and put it together. So it was great.
Yeah, I think it was great.
Go check it out.
Yeah. Shout out to Ronesh Panic and Serious Beats and custom made for the beats we're playing on the audio version of today's show. Check out paniconthebeat.com for your moment merch and gear. Check us out on our socials. They're on the screen, but it is at Big Z _606 Media, at JC Dynasty FF. And you got Steven, you don't have your socials up there.
I don't. No on the Weekend is on TikTok. I do have a Facebook one now. So Serg, I need you to take care of that one as well.
You better pay Serg.
Serg, I'll pay you in stats and bets. And I'll do that for you. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But so we'll figure it out.
Okay, do not follow Steven.
Losing? No thanks.
Yeah, don't follow Steven on his social because he doesn't have any. You can follow
I do. It's on it's on Instagram.
No, he ain't trying to pay it, bro. He's trying to pay me in ravioli. You know what I'm saying?
Pay you in ravioli. Some Aldi ravioli. It's not even Chef Boyardee. It's Aldi ravioli.
Oh, man.
Listen, as an Italian, I take offense to that. Paying me in ravioli.
Me too.
Steven, you're not Italian.
Canuto, you know?
Not me. I'm not Italian. I don't want no ravioli.
You can find Serg on Twitter. He'll debate with you on TCSF Pod. He's over there. He runs also the Facebook page. And if you want to talk to him and argue with him, he will do so. Go ahead, Serg. What you got to say?
Stop arguing with me, shit. What are we doing? We should play nice with. Like, okay, that's fair.
I made a comment on the Facebook page the other day. I think somebody took it down.
That wasn't me.
Because it was something to do with LeBron, and I basically said, like, man, the only thing that man has done was something. I said something about his hairline.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, somebody took it down.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't me.
I leave everything except that guy who keeps offering everybody 5,000. So. I just keep trying to delete his stuff.
All right, ladies, you can find us. And ladies and gentlemen, you can find us on IG, Spotify, iTunes. Go over there and remember to give us 5 stars on your rating app of choice. Subscribe on the YouTubes, of course, at 606 Media Group and True Chicago Sports Fans on as well on YouTube. You can reach us at truechicagosportsfans@gmail.com. And for everybody on the panel today, I am Big Z. And we'll see you next time for episode 180. Wow, we're getting up there, boys.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. Until then, be good to each other for the love of sports.
A few moments later.
You have a lot of incest.
That's real.
Shut your mouth.
Lover boy.
Nature versus nurture, Lodge. Nature always wins.
I think he's on steroids.
Hasta luego, amigos.
Show's over, show's over, show's over.